little 60 piece. That's only the neck though.
Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga, but we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it, and they using nigga songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater and her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Let some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, it's hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a ruler. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth it, Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wooty-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back, we ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God, nigga.
That wooty-woo, something. I know the police listening, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that wooty-woo, something. Nigga, cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running, swear to God, nigga.
What's the deal, y'all? We're Sharp Type of TNN Trap News Network. We back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. That's good news, Shakuz. That's good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Yes, I did. Just use your booty cheeks as a drum. Yeah, I did. It's good cheeks over here in my bed. Don't worry about it, though. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that get subscribe button. That's right, little twerk. I see you, little twerk. Like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news, Shakuz. That knowledge, though. You can't get nobody's college, though. Tap in. Excuse me. Make sure you are in fact tapped in with that good tapping. You feel me? Hit that notification bell. Hit all. Stay tapped in for the ladies and the greatest. Notification bell. Hit all. Stay tapped in. We finna jump into this content, but before we do, man, hit that like, hit that comment, hit that get subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. We finna slide over here to Trap News Network. You wanna be a part of the family? Hit me up on Instagram. We get you chilly, man. Jump into this content. Apparently, they got some things that we need to know about Aaron the Plumber via Cliff World. So let's see what Cliff World is talking about. Let's jump into it. Let's go.
We do it, man, because can't nobody do it better, man. Quite simple, bro. Today, we finna go ahead and jump off into something a little bit different, but it's still in the ramifications of what's going on. Shout out to Respectable Rants. Let me remove myself from the screen for just a second. Now, go subscribe to Respectable Rants right now. Up-and-coming YouTuber, he's smashing it right now. He's smashing it right now. I'm going to make sure I got his channel in the description. I want y'all to subscribe to Respectable Rants. So today we're going to get off into the story of 4XTRAZ. And then immediately after, we's about to get into the story of Aaron the Plumber. You know what I mean, man? Because they about to fight, man. Yeah, man. So with no further ado, you understand me? Let's just get off into it.
We got the whole west side of Vernon. The only black gang nigga that we got the whole west side of Vernon. The whole west side of Vernon. When you get off that 110 freeway and make that exit, from Fed to Crenshaw's us, the whole Vernon. From Fed to Crenshaw's us, the whole Vernon. West side folks. We got the whole west side of Vernon.
In today's video, we're gonna be talking about 4XTRAZ. We're gonna break down everything from his court cases to how his little homie shot him 3 times.
Dang.
We're even gonna cover the day he allegedly crashed out and caught 8 attempted murder charges. 4XTRAZ, whose real name is Rashawn Bingham, would be put on the rolling 40s at the age of 12, and he would be 36 years old right now. But he would be in and out of jail since the age of 12, with his first case being an attempted murder that he caught at 12.
Went to juvenile hall young. I went to juvenile at 12.
Okay.
I went to juvenile at 12 for attempted murder, so, you know, I started off young, squabbing and everything. You know how to go.
Right.
He would then be released 3 years later at the age of 15. But just 6 months after that, he would catch a firearm charge, and he would have to sit till the age of 17. And he would stay free for a couple of months, and then he would catch a burglary charge at the age of 18.
But so you got arrested at 12, and how long did you have to sit down fighting this charge?
I got out at 15.
So you were in there for 3 years fighting?
Yeah, I got out at 15.
Whoa. And
then I went right back.
Oh.
I got out at 15 and went back like, I think it was 5 or 6 months later for a gun. And then I stayed in there to 17, and I got back out 17, going on 18. When I turned 18, I went to prison at 18 for burglary, for a fly.
These right here would be the cases that he was talking about. He was fighting 2 cases at the same time. One for an attempted robbery that he did with Faux Leaf. As you can see right here, Andre McClellan would be Faux Leaf. And then the burglary that he was just talking about. He would catch the attempted robbery with Faux Leaf on February 9th of 2007. And he would take a plea on October 2nd of 2007. And he would get 3 years of probation. But 2 weeks after taking that probation deal, he would be arrested for a burglary on October 17th of 2007. To where he would take a plea deal 2 months later, December 27th of 2007. But as you can see right here, this would be for the attempted robbery. As you see, it says it started off as 3 years probation, but then it got revoked and they gave him 3 years in state prison. And then this would be for the burglary. They would give him 2 years in prison for that. So in total, it was 5 years. He was sentenced on December 27th of 2000.
I'm gonna pause there, remove myself, because I know there's people out there that probably want to see that. You know, they dig what I was saying, man. Yeah, 4XTRAZ been getting into trouble for a pretty long time, man. You understand me, man? A pretty long time. Just give y'all a second to look at that there. Again, go subscribe to Respectable Rants for to get back into it right now, bro.
7, and he was 20 years old at that time. He would then be released at the end of 2012, to where he would stay out of trouble for a couple of months. But in 2013, he would be accused of a double homicide of 2 Rolling 60 members. And we made a video about that. Go check it out if you haven't. But after them charges were dismissed, he'd stay out of trouble for a couple of years, and he wouldn't be arrested again until 2016. He was arrested on May 25th of 2016 for burglary, felon in possession of a firearm, and evading police. Garden Grove police received reports about a possible residential burglary in progress. The witness told police they seen 3 suspects enter a backyard of a home. The suspects were then seen carrying items to a silver Infiniti. Police would then run it.
That's crazy. They say extras allegedly caught.
Now, at this point, we could just say that we thankful that 4XTRAZ is just here breathing, being alive, and contributing to the world in a positive space, because he's been a domestic terrorist for a good while now. There's a lot of things going on in 4XTRAZ's history that kind of explain why he is the way he is today, or what he has going on today. I want to just say thank God for progress, man. Thank God for growth. Thank God for the ability to change and to be a better version of today than what you were yesterday, and even be better tomorrow, but today be at your very best. But at the same time, too, you see that some of these habits are hard for 4XTRAZ to shake, because jail is all he knows. So when it comes to going back to jail for Hood Day and all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 he doesn't care, because that is a normality in his life, unfortunately. So we're trying to, ideally, we would like to hope that that changes and that becomes something different for him. It becomes a way of the past. But overall, you can kind of see that, just kind of is who he is. But let's keep going.
Vehicle down the street and attempt to pull it over. That's when they took off and started throwing items out the window. They would then pull over, and 2 passengers would jump out and run, and the driver would stay in the car. 4XTRAZ, who was Rashawn Bingham, was arrested, and 2 others for residential burglary, felony evading, parole violations, and felon in possession of a firearm. He would then bail out for $150,000 on May 31st of 2016. But unfortunately, just 2 weeks later, on June 16th of 2016, him and his little homie would get into an argument, to where he would threaten to kill his little homie, and his little homie would take it personal, and he would pull up to 4XTRAZ's house, find 4XTRAZ sitting in the car, and shoot him 3 times. 4XTRAZ would then try to pull off, but he would crash into a telephone pole, to where he was transported to the hospital by ambulance. His little homie's name was Devon Carr, and he was charged with 3 separate shootings. But before we keep talking about 4XTRAZ, let's talk about Devon Carr real quick.
That's crazy, bro. I never see that. I never knew that about 4XTRAZ. I didn't know he had internal beef to the point where his little homie pulled up and popped him down. You know what I mean? That's wild, bro. Shout out to Respectable Rants, man. He did some good research.
his nickname and who he is. When you look up Devon Carr on Facebook, you can see it comes back to Full Boy Chapo, who's a younger Rolling 40 member. But now we're gonna break down his case and show you how he's a Stink Team member. He would even be arrested with Draco the Ruler and Ralphie the Plug in the Stinks at one point. But let's break down the first case with 4XTRA. The People vs. Devon Carr would be 3 separate cases. The first one would be 4XTRA, like we spoke about, to where 4XTRA threatened him, and then he pulled up on 4XTRA. The second would be a shooting that happened to where nobody was hit, but it was a road rage incident. Then the third shooting would be of somebody named Victor Miller, who was also a Rolling 40 member. But Victor Miller was allegedly stealing money from Devon Carr. That's why Devon Carr shot him. But the craziest twist to Victor Miller is, as you can see right here, Daryl and Devontae Caldwell would be Draco the Ruler and Ralphie the Plug, and Buchanan would be Shells from Rolling Hundreds. And they were accused of an attempted murder on Victor Miller also. And another crazy twist to this.
Man, respectable ranch right now is the GOAT. That's nasty. Shout out to my boy Stink's Worst Nightmare, because he sent me this and now I see why he sent it to me, bro. Man, I might have to retitle this video, I ain't gonna lie.
Is Devon Carr, aka Full Boy, was indicted with Ralphie the Plug, Draco the Ruler, and Shells in the Stinks, as you can see right here. They would all share the same case number and the same charges. He would have that case dismissed though, but now let's get back to the 4XTRA shooting case. As you see, he was charged with 3 separate shootings, but a jury only convicted him of shooting at an occupied motor vehicle, which was the road rage incident. And they dropped the 4XTRA and the Victor Miller shooting. And they would sentence Devon Carr, aka Full Boy, to 7 years in state prison. But now let's get back to 4XTRA. Now don't forget, 4XTRA caught the burglary charge in May of 2016, and he would bail out a few weeks later. But in June, his little homie shot him. But then in August, he would lose his little homie named Spody Face. He was shot on August 13th of 2016 on West Pico Boulevard. But when officers arrived to West Pico Boulevard after they got reports of shots fired, they didn't find anything. They just found 6 shell casings. It would happen at 12:40 in the afternoon, and a few hours later, police received calls of a dead body found at Lemert Park. And when police responded to the call, they would find Spody Face in a silver Chrysler. Officers believe he was shot on West Pico, and somebody left him at Lemert Park. And it's alleged that Spody Face and somebody else seen the enemies, and that's when they got into a shootout, and Spody Face got hit. But the person that Spody Face was with panicked, and instead of bringing him to the hospital, he brought him to Lemert Park, which is the Rolling 40 park, and left the car and left him for dead. Some of you may remember 4XTRA's cousin, the big Spody Face. But after this happened, it's alleged that the Rolling 40s would go to war, and they would take this personal. And allegedly, 4XTRA would learn where the enemy hangout spot is. And allegedly, on September 7th of 2016, just 3 weeks after Spody Face died, he would pull up to the enemy hangout spot, and he would see the enemies congregating on the front porch. And that's when he jumped out his car and opened fire on the group of enemies.
The 40s does it the best, bitch. On Murder Lab. So 40 CRIP, I'm tripping, and I ain't giving no nigga no pass.
This shooting happened on September 7th of 2016, as you see to the right. But
so it's a bona fide fact that 4XTRAs get jiggy.
Yes, 4XTRA is a certified power. Yes, 4XTRAs has been known to bust a couple moves and bust a couple skits and all that kind of stuff, which again, why you have the situation of King Pill being taken in such high concern, because you are essentially playing with somebody who relapse could cost you your life. 4XTRAs has been blessed to, be able to be on the streets without the actual consequence of, what he is alleged to have rumored to have done. And I don't think that that's something that should be provoked, especially by somebody like King Pill, who's just doing this all because he wants to have a quote-unquote celebrity boxing match with somebody who's kind of popular and is not a celebrity at all. And he's for sure not a celebrity as far as King Pill. It's just, you just never know what type of time people are on, bro. And you never know what, I always say this, you never know somebody's history. You never know what made somebody into who they are or what they are. So you probably shouldn't provoke people's traumas and demons. So yeah, let's go back into this.
So 40 CRIP, I'm tripping, and I ain't giving no nigga no pass.
This shooting happened on September 7th of 2016, as you see to the right. But
so it's a bona fide fact that 4XTRAs get jiggy. Ooh, wait, man. It's a bona fide fact, bro. The 4X is one of the ones for real, man.
Arrested until September 25th of 2016. As you see to the top left, the arrest date.
Yeah, look at all. Let me move myself.
He was arrested on 4.
Look at all these charges, bro. That's why I was saying that. Let me move myself off the screen. So based off of what Respectable Rance is saying and the details that he's recalling from a situation that happened with 4X's, bro, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you hear me? Attempts on this thing. Not to mention a fire inside of a dwelling, assault with a deadly weapon. Oh, he been cooking. 4X has been cooking.
Attempted murder, 1 count of shooting at an inhabited dwelling, and 4 counts of assault with a firearm on a person. He would then have to sit until December 13th of 2016, where he had court, and they would order him to be held. But they would dismiss 2 counts on that day. 2 counts of attempted murder were dismissed. He would then have to sit until June of 2017, to where he had court again, but this time he would be acquitted on most of the charges, with counts 7 and 8 being dismissed.
In South Central, it ain't no such thing to me as a non-affiliate.
But even though he beat this case in June of 2017, he would be found guilty on the burglary charge. And on top of that, he'd be found guilty of possession of a firearm, evading police / reckless driving, prohibited person owning ammunition, and participating in criminal street gang activities.
So 4X was trying to get away from the laws and throw the pistol. They probably found the pistol.
That he was hit with a 3-strike law, so they would give him a life sentence.
Yeah, I was there for life. It was, I didn't know about if I was getting out or nothing. I didn't know about none of that. I didn't know I was coming home. I didn't know about none of that. The only thing I knew, I was washed up. I was stuck, you get what I'm saying?
That's
I was in
crazy.
a cell. That shit took a toll.
He would then overturn his life sentence with something called a Romero motion, to where they would erase 1 strike, which would be the attempted robbery that he did with 4Leaf. And as we all know, 4XTRAZ is locked up right now in the county jail for his last parole violation. And as you see right here, his release date would be May 31st of 2025.
Okay, so this came out before 4X, or he put it together before 4X came on. Man, shout out to Respectable Rance, bro. Go subscribe to Respectable Rance right now. Matter of fact, let me click so y'all can make sure you ain't gonna mistake it. Look at that right there. Respectable Rance. Okay, so.
And there y'all have it, man. The origin story of 4Xtras and what made him 4Xtra the extra. You feel me? Y'all just learned we'll put the 4 on the extras and we'll make the 4 go extra. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest, and it's free. Avenue Angel Toys free. Go.